I tried motocross training today, get some speed, but my body's just too tired from rock climbing yesterday, and I'm just bad. It's not working. So instead of just throwing the whole day away, I got time now. I'll just take the bike out, go for a trail ride. It's not the end of the world. Have some fun instead. Try and have serious training. Because believe it or not, training isn't always fun. A lot of times it's frustrating. It's never good enough. You're never quite doing what you want to do. If you are, you're not training hard enough. So yeah, just figured I'd come out here and switch it up. I mean, this isn't that different to what I normally do, but instead of focusing on trying to improve, I'm just gonna come out here and have fun. Which you'd be surprised how rare that is for me. Well, maybe you wouldn't. If you know me, you wouldn't think that was rare. Trying to have fun. I'm still focusing on body position. I'm still focusing on gripping with my knees. I'm not just giving up all of the things that I train to have in my back pocket. They're always there. The point of training, like genuinely training, not just like saying, not going for a long 100-mile route and saying that you went training. No, that's not training. The point of pounding it in body position through a corner every single time, 50 times in a row. That is training. The point of training is so that you don't even think about your body position. You don't even think about whether or not you're hitting that right. Because it just comes naturally, because you've just pounded it in. So much so that your body and your brain don't even know how to do it else other than this. I see you, puppies. I don't want to run you over. You gotta get out of the way. You're doing a good job. I'm sufficiently scared. I'm gonna leave your sheep alone. Yeah. But all those things that you train for, they make riding this stuff so much easier. I have come a long way in a short time because I just refuse to quit until I've gotten that thing, like skateboard trick, in. Like, I learned how to kickflip. I'm gonna do it 10 times in a row. And if I can't repeat it in a row 10 times, I'm not done learning it. If you have ever skateboarded, you know that. You can't just say, oh cool, I learned to kickflip today. I did one kickflip and I'm done. No. Heck no. You gotta be able to repeat that kickflip 10 times without fail. Otherwise, you didn't learn how to kickflip. You just did a kickflip and it wasn't just out of luck. It's the same thing here. The difference is we're not learning kickflips. We're learning splats. We're learning body position. We're learning all kinds of different stuff. What to do when the bike does something. What to do in a certain situation. And you're never going to improve unless you're pushing for perfection in those little small moments. 40, 50 times in a row to the point where it's not fun anymore. Training is not fun. If you're having fun training, that's great. But if you're doing it and hitting everything you're supposed to hit while training, that's not training. I said it once, I'll say it again. Training is about failing. If you're nailing it every single time in your training, you need to do something harder. You need to up your training to the next level, because you're done. You're good. That level's done. You can do that. Whatever it is that you're doing. Whether you're trying to do a figure eight, trying to learn how to corner with your feet on the pegs, and now all of a sudden you can do it every single time. You're good. You need to move past that. You need to now focus on something more difficult. You need to focus on something else. Do it every now and again, but it doesn't need to be your full training day. You're wasting a training day if you just are doing it constantly. Always be above, always shoot. Always set your goals above where you are. Don't push yourself till you're gonna get hurt in a big trail ride. That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is, if you can do a splat, or if you can get your front wheel off the ground from a standstill consistently. You can always control your front wheel height. Awesome. That's a big step. Now you need to focus on getting that front wheel up high enough to do pivot turns, and that's going to be really, 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 really hard. You can't just give up and say, well, I got the first part down. You got to keep pushing. You're never going to be able to do a pivot turn if you don't work your way up and say, I'm going to do what hurts today. I'm going to crash today. You're a young bull, huh? He didn't like me. And you're never going to reach your goals if you're like me. You're never going to. And that's not because you're never going to improve. It's not because you're never going to be really good, or you're never going to be able to reach the heights that you initially wanted to reach. No, I never reach my goals because my goals are constantly changing. The bar always goes up. It's always the failure. The second I'm able to clear that bar, I'm moving on to a higher bar. And I really encourage every person that wants to improve and be better at anything to think of the world that way. Think of it that way. Think of it that way. Think of the bar as an ever moving up thing. The second you can clear it, it's irrelevant. Move to the next one. You'll be so amazed in a couple of years how much you've improved just by not letting the bar sit. It's an insane thing to do. But when I was younger, I went to college with bad grades, a bad ACT score. I did not score well. I did not have good grades. How'd I get into college? Well, I pole vaulted. It's a random sport, I know, but it's a literal analogy to what I'm saying. Set the bar high. Go to failure. Once you've cleared the bar goes up.